Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to take another quick look at Star Trek Attack Wing. This time around we'll be looking at the I.K.S. Groth expansion, which is a Klingon battlecruiser D7 class from back in the quote-unquote Kirk era, the original series. Like my USS Enterprise expansion video, I'm not going to go over any sort of tactics or strategies. Rather, I'm just going to go over the cards and the minis, just to see if it might be something that would interest you. Okay, now here's a brief snapshot of what came in this expansion, minus all of the standard tokens that usually come with expansions like these. Once again, I tend to exclude them just because they tend to repeat themselves. Just keep in the back of your mind that the tokens that come with these expansions usually complement the ship class in question. I did include these Tribble tokens, though, which I'll go over a little bit later. As far as the mini is concerned, this is a standard D7 battlecruiser. Again, this is from the original series. Again, these minis are pretty delicate. I'm pretty satisfied with this one. The Micro Machine D7 that I had from back in the day was all painted gray. This one's more of a green color from like in the motion picture. So it's a little different than what I expected, but overall I'm pleased with it. Okay, and here's the cover for the base. Nothing fancy here. You've got your standard forward firing arc. Again, it is two-sided, one for the I.K.S. Groth and the other one for just the standard D7 class battlecruiser. You've also got your maneuver template. Again, nothing fancy here, but I'll go ahead and go over what's on it in case you're interested. You can make a slight left or a slight right at 1. That is a green maneuver. It can also go straight at 1. That is a green maneuver. Onto the 2s, it can make a hard left or a hard right at 2, white maneuver. Slight left or slight right at 2 is a green maneuver. Straight ahead at 2 is a green maneuver. Onto the 3s, a hard left at 3 or hard right at 3 is a white maneuver. Slight left or slight right at 3, as well as going straight at 3 is white maneuvers. You can also make a quote-unquote K-turn from the Star Wars terminology. This is a come about, but this is a stressful maneuver. It's red. Onto the 4 here, you can go 4 straight ahead, and that's all you can really do as far as that is concerned. We're back to the 1s. Now, this expansion did come with a new scenario, the Assassination Scenario. I haven't played it, but I've briefly scanned through it. Just to sum it up, captains from several Federation ships are on a diplomatic mission to a newly discovered class M planet. The Klingons are using the opportunity to covertly eliminate several of the Federation's commanders at the same time. Just to sum all of that up, as the Federation player, you're going to be trying to rescue your captains from the planet and beam them onto their respective ships. And the Klingon player is going to try and destroy one Federation starship or assassinate one Federation captain. On to your cards. Once again, I do like the fact that the Star Trek Attack Wing game comes with these reference cards. That's something that Star Wars, the miniatures game, really didn't do. You've got, as far as your ships are concerned, the I.K.S. Groth, and again, I don't speak Klingon, so I'm sure there's some sort of syllable that I'm missing in between there. But this is a D7 class ship. Attack 3, Agility 1, Hull 2, or Hull 3, Shields 2. As a special ability, each time you defend against a ship at range 1, roll 1 extra defense die. So this Klingon vessel definitely favors getting in close. It has the evasive maneuvers, target lock, and battle stations actions here, and can equip some upgrades. Not as many as the Enterprise could, but this is still pretty decent. This has a cost of 18. And here's your standard Klingon battlecruiser. Again, it's basically the same, except it has shields of 1 instead of 2, and has less upgrades and has a point cost of 16. As far as your captains are concerned, you've got Koloth. Each time an enemy ship attacks you, you may force that ship to re-roll 1 attack die of your choice. Again, this is a very good and defensive kind of card that has a captain skill of 7, can equip an elite upgrade, and has a point cost of 4. You've also got Captain Krell here. When attacking, you may re-roll 1 of your battle station results, captain skill of 4, and has a point cost of 2. And you've got your standard Klingon here, captain skill of 1, point cost of 0. this bothers me more because of the lore. This is Captain Core, and Captain Core is known for a lot more than Krell is. Krell was from, I think the name of the episode was A Private Little War. Basically, the Klingons were trying to educate and teach these natives in using flintlock weapons and different things like that. That was only one episode, though, where this guy appeared. And Core spanned across multiple eras in Deep Space Nine and different places like that. So out of both of them, I would have expected Core to be better than this guy. But that's just a personal thing. As far as your upgrades are concerned, Corax, as an action, if your ship is not cloaked, disable all of your remaining shields and target a ship at range 1 to 2 that is not cloaked and has no active shields. Discard Corax and any two of these, again, I don't know the symbol, chevron upgrades of your choice on the target ship. That's pretty powerful. That has an upgrade cost of 3. Photon torpedoes, that has a cost of 3. Again, this is nothing new. You can fire, or you can use 4 attack dice, range 2 to 3, as an attack target lock. Spend your target lock and disable this card to perform this attack. You may convert 1 battle station result into a critical result. You may fire this weapon from your forward or rear firing arcs. Magnetic Pulse. Disable this card and 1 active shield to perform this attack. Each critical that would damage on the opponent's shields instead inflict 1 hit on the opponent's hull. That's pretty interesting. That has an upgrade cost of 4. And you can use 4 attack dice and ranges 2 to 3. Projected Stasis Field. This takes me back. This was from, I think this was from the animated series, More Troubles, something like that. But basically, this is sort of like the sequel to the Trouble episode in the original series. The projected stasis field, if your ship is not, this is an action, if your ship is not cloaked, disable all of your remaining shields and discard this upgrade to target a ship at range 1 to 2. That ship must disable all of its remaining shields and cannot attack this round. Your ship rolls 2 less attack dice this round. This would be a good card to use in a group of ships. If this were, like, say, used by one Klingon ship and then another Klingon ship swooped in for the kill. That would be pretty useful. Has an upgrade cost of 5. Sabotage is an action. Disable or discard this upgrade. So this is a one-time use. Discard this upgrade to target a ship at range 1 to 2 that is not cloaked and has no active shields. Discard 1, looks like torpedoes, or this is a modification upgrade on the target ship that has a cost of 3. Cyrano Jones and the Tribble tokens. Well, this may take a little explanation, but I'll try and briefly sum this up. This has no affiliation down here, so this can be equipped by anybody. Though I do believe that these independent factions do penalize the player equipping them by 1 point. So if the Federation or the Klingons were to equip this, for example, it would cost them an extra point to equip that onto their fleet. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's how it works. Cyrano Jones, again, this was the Tribble episode on the original series. You begin the game with 1 Tribble token beside your ship card. Now, what are Tribble tokens? Well, there is a nice long reference card here for those of you that want to learn about it, and that's what these. That's why I kept these guys out. But there's a bunch here that comes with the game, and for the most part, what they do is they can be transported to other ships if you want to get rid of them. But they can actually buff your ship if you have only, like, say, 1. Let's see. If your ship has 1 to 3 Tribble tokens, add +1 attack die whenever you attack, and +1 defense die whenever you defend. Ignore this rule if your ship includes any Klingon captains or crew. However, if you have more than 6 Tribbles, you actually roll 1 less attack die and 1 less defense die. So there's a reason to keep these guys around if you only have a few of them, but as you gain more, and you'll automatically gain more during the end phase, but as you gain more, your ship will start to become debuffed. So that's a pretty interesting mechanic. And there you have it. That's just a very brief look at the I.K.S. Groth expansion. Just like with the USS Enterprise expansion, I didn't cover everything that was in the expansion, but for the most part, this gives you a nice general overview and should help you decide, hopefully, whether or not you want to purchase it and add it to your collection. You can check out my review of the base game at www.dadsgamingaddiction.com, or you can click on the links in the below description. That'll take you there as well. This is Vince, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.